Tertiary education, an essential stepping stone that is key to rising through the social strata that segregates our society based on qualification and occupation. To most Trinidadians, the University of the West Indies, or UWI, is the fountain that quenches the thirst for knowledge of our nation's youth, offering degrees not just limited to engineering, medicine and law, but also technology, art and carnival studies. Wait, carnival studies? Hello everybody, it's your boy Crippling Student Det here, coming back at you with more videos because I'm in desperate need of that YouTube ad revenue. So here's something that you may not know. I recently graduated from UWI. You can tell by the constant signs of pain you hear in my voice. I have had 5 mental breakdowns in the past year alone. Soon enough, this is going to be your pain. But don't worry, we have your back. Here's a crash course on how to survive UWI 101, your first week. During your first week, you may be in a state of shock as you adjust to a new environment. But your first week is crucial, and you get to know where all your classes are and then never go back, because you'll quickly realize that you're attending UWI, and the lectures are probably as helpful as a Nicaraguan witch doctor treating the common cold. On the bright side, you can benefit from the first week by attending a variety of events that make UWI seem like a great place to be, until you realize that these fetes are where all your tuition go into, and all these clubs barely do anything else for the rest of the year. But at least it has a KFC. Understand your surroundings. When entering a new environment, it's best to adapt, and adapt quick. As the great Gandhi would say, when in Rome, bet it all in the gladiator arenas. 1. You may notice that half of the people around you are either drunk or high. But you don't need to worry about that just yet. Those are year 3s. You'll join them soon enough. 2. If you witness a robbery, don't panic. Stay calm and relax, and appreciate the fact that you're not the one getting robbed. But as long as you stay till the end of this crash course, you won't even need to worry about that being you. 3. If you think it's a good idea to cut through Old Tim Street to get to your class or apartment faster, it's not. Unless you own a gun and are interested in drugs, violence, and ladies of the night. 4. The Student Activity Center, or SAC, or SAC, may look like the ideal place to go buy lunch and sit down to chill. But in reality, it couldn't be further from the truth. Stay away. 5. You may think that as a student, you are entitled to certain things, such as a working shuttle system or security. But the sad truth is that UWI is an institution that prioritizes the nature of the grass over your own safety and well-being. 6. Prepare yourself to spend a lot of time in UWI administration. Due to the limited staff and class schedules, over 50% of the students are going to rush there on a Thursday afternoon in an attempt to get things done. You're going to have to learn the procedure there fast, because you're more than likely to have to go there to sort out many of your problems, such as payment issues or being deregistered from courses. 7. UWI's campus has many points of entry, but when you're trying to low-key get in and out without being stopped by a security guard for not having ID on display, especially when you're in a rush for an important mandatory class or lab or exam, and whatever it may be, it's important to identify the many holes in the surrounding fences where you can slip in and out undetected. However, these passages become obsolete at night when the guards literally go into their boots and never leave, which brings us to our next point. Number 8. Never go into UWI at night. During the day, UWI is infested by lots of people who walk around in hoodies and track pants and slippers who think that Axe body spray can be equated to a shower and genuine hygiene. But at night, it's literally crawling with criminals, ready to hold you at gunpoint. It's probably best to travel to night classes in hoods. Learn how to say no. UWI can be a place where unsuspecting students may get easily peer pressured. That's why it's of the utmost importance to learn how to say a little 2-letter word I like to call no. Here's a few ways that this word can be employed. Would you like to go urban with me? No. Would you like to come over to my apartment to study? Hell no. Would you like to go for a drive in my van? Fuck no. Would you like some medicinal marijuana to help cope with the stress of UWI? Yes. Would you also like some crack cocaine? Maybe. Living on your own. For many students, UWI may be the first taste of freedom, but freedom is bad. It's probably best you invest into some padlocks to help secure your apartment, then stay there for as long as you can. The world can be a dangerous place, and even if you think you're ready, you're probably not. It may be anxiety-inducing at first to leave your safe space to do routine tasks such as going to class or buying food or supplies. You may also think that buying food is not necessary because you can just cook your own. That's a nice thought. But I know from personal experience that those fire alarms are sensitive as fuck. Those fire alarms. But this is where friends come in handy. Friends can be an extremely valuable asset, as they can be used to take notes for you as well as deliver food right to your door. What's that? You have an online test? Don't worry, get your friends to come over and do it together. Never go at it alone. It's just as the saying goes, friends may come and go, but good grades are forever. Coping with studies. Now, if you thought that CAPE was the hardest thing in your life, then boy do I have some news for you. Literally think about how hard you had to study for CAPE. Now think about doing that every semester for every course you do, and the further you venture down the rabbit hole, the harder it gets, until you begin to lose sight of what you were doing all this for in the first place. You grow more tired and more stressed as your friends fade one by one. Eventually, you could barely differentiate between what's reality and what's just part of the delusion that you're actually enjoying your time in UE. But don't worry, the best way to deal with it is to not deal with it. Just don't study. If you're a female, sell your body to the lecturers and you will pass with flying colors. If you're a man, well, this is going to be a bit more difficult. But regardless of your gender, if you're able to cope with the mindless, life-sucking void that is studying at a tertiary level, then I wish you luck. My only advice to you is to deal with it. If you fail, not only will your family disown you, but you will be in crippling debt as you have to repay your gate-covered tuition. All in all, university life is refreshing. The smell of new books in the library, the sound of alumni bustling through the corridors, the essence of life felt in the classroom. It's an experience that you will never forget. University can be hard at times, but also very rewarding. And even though this guide may help you get through UE, it may not be enough to find a job in an already saturated job market. It's a sad reality that we all must face, but even if you aren't guaranteed a job, you are still all the better for seeking true knowledge. Many people like to think that after high school, they know everything they need. They think that they can take on the world in full arms. People like that still believe that furthering your education doesn't lead to developing yourself as an individual. But to those people, I see, the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge.